Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So today's topic is going to be, if you can't dial down the fear, ... And I'll finish the sentence in a minute. So let's take a nice couple of breaths. Calm our bodies, calm our brains, calm our psyche, calm our overthinking. Just relax the body so that you can breathe. A nice, slow, comfortable, deep breath. Not exaggerated, not forced. Just a nice, slow, full breath. All right. So, as you know, I've been talking about TMS as kind of a different angle, but the same thing, different term, to hopefully help people understand a little bit more of what's going on. So the concept I've been introducing since probably around January, maybe December, is perceived danger pain, aka also called TMS, the mind-body syndrome, neuroplastic pain, neural circuit pain. I mean, there's any number of different acronyms and labels for this. But I think perceived danger pain or symptoms, so a perceived danger response, which are what all symptoms are, is the most explanatory term. So that said, a lot of people say, but I'm terrified of my symptoms. And if perceived danger is causing it, I got a big problem because I'm terrified of the symptoms. And if I'm terrified of the symptoms, that's perceived danger, which is going to keep them going. So I talk a lot about dialing down the fear with accurate knowledge, because once you understand truly what's going on, you will intelligently, cognitively recognize, okay, it's a misperception by the brain. The brain's working perfectly. It's just operating on bad data, misinformation, and fear. So it's tough to dial down the fear if you're still operating on the misinformation that there's something really broken with your body. Now, don't misunderstand that TMS means there's something wrong up here. There's not. Your brain is just doing what it's designed to do, which is keep you safe and alive. The primary function of the brain is to protect you and keep everything working. But if you've got a lot of misinformation that everything in this universe is scary and dangerous, it's kind of easy to see how people can end up with symptoms. And then because we've got this frame of reference that says the universe is a dangerous place for us, the brain interprets all of that to mean I need a symptom to warn them against all of this danger. Could be life events, could be stress, relationship stress, family stress, financial stress, could be emotions, could be thoughts, could be people, could be any number of perceived dangers. Sometimes it's movement, body positions, right? Expectation that if I do this, I'm going to hurt. It's a perceived danger, right? So the key isn't to eliminate all fear, right? And if you're not able to reduce or eliminate your fear with this accurate knowledge, another option, and one that works equally well as you're doing it, as you're dialing down the fear, what I'm really hoping to do is encourage people and nudge them to become more brave. In other words, be willing to do things that you have been avoiding and afraid of doing. And that bravery also comes from that accurate knowledge that, well, if there's nothing wrong with my body, then going back to the gym or taking the walk or going to the grocery store can't harm me because I'm not really broken. The only thing that can happen, which often does, is that the brain may interpret this activity or this thing you want to do as dangerous. But you see, when you start to develop a little bit more bravery and are willing to try things, and most importantly, if the symptoms do make themselves known or increase a little bit or increase a lot, the key is not to lose your mind and freak out. The key is to really remain calm. Remind yourself of exactly what is going on. Because what ends up happening is, if you can remain calm despite symptoms increasing, sometimes, often, if you're truly remaining calm, not buying into the fear, sometimes if you can respond calmly with reassurance, maybe even indifference, like, okay, so what? So I'm doing something that I previously hadn't done for a while. Of course, my brain thinks that's dangerous, so it's just trying to warn me. And it's up to us to go, shh, no warning necessary. I'm good. I got this. Just going to the grocery store. I'm just sitting in a camping chair on the sideline of my kid's soccer game. I'm just whatever, right? So with a little bravery and willing to go out and do things that we haven't done in a while, and with the calm reassurance and the clarity of knowing that if something starts ticking upwards, symptom-wise, we can remain calm, which will teach the brain in that moment, I'm actually okay. Nothing bad's going on. Because if you freak out, the brain has no choice but to perceive, yes, something bad, something dangerous is happening. It's really up to you, and your response to sensations or symptoms is the most powerful tool you've got. If you're laying comfortably on the couch with no pain, your brain's not learning anything there other than couch safe. That's not really progressing the recovery process, right? So you got to be willing to take a brave step or two and know that if the symptoms flare up a little bit, so what? Because you have the clarity, back to fundamentals, that foundational knowledge that there's nothing physically, structurally wrong with me. I'm not sick. I don't have a disease. My physical body is normal. And if there's abnormalities shown on imaging, they are normal abnormalities. You get the point. So if you can't dial down the fear, increase your bravery. Because the more you do, the more brave you become. And guess what happens? The counterbalance to that is the more brave you become, the less the fear owns you, the less the fear drives you. So I hope this makes sense. If you can't dial down the fear, increase bravery. And sometimes that's just a matter of saying, excuse me, not that. Just a matter of saying, I know what's going on. And yeah, I'm scared, but I'm going to take the step anyway. And if things kind of tick up a little bit or a lot, I'm going to remain calm because I know foundationally that I'm okay. So I hope this makes sense. And don't be afraid of fear. Please don't be afraid of fear. Fear is here to protect you. But if it's based on misinformation, bad data, then it's up to you. And that's what I try to do in these videos every single day, is to help you correct that information so you truly understand what's going on. Take it from the intellectual knowledge to the wisdom so that you can start to take more and more steps that a little bit more brave. And by default, as you take more steps that are brave, that means your fear is owning you less. And that's the progress. That's the way forward. Baby steps forward, a little more bravery, a little less fear, accurate knowledge, calm response if the symptoms show up. And by taking these steps to do these things with a little bit of bravery, what are you actually doing? You're engaging in life. You're starting to live your life more so than trying to fix. So look, folks, this is the way forward. I believe in this with my whole heart. The feedback I get from the audience around the world is that these concepts are working. People are getting better. They're crediting these videos for regaining their life, taking their life back into their own hands. So please, don't tell yourself a story that I'm too afraid this won't work for me. It can. And I've just mapped out in this video what you can do to move forward. And if you didn't catch it all, go back and watch it again. Take some notes. And then most importantly, implement the concepts. Put this stuff into play. Because I know, look, watching a video like this can make you feel temporarily comfortable. Oh, that was really good. Thanks, Dan. Good job. But you got to put it into play. The folks who are getting better and getting better faster are the ones who actually implement these concepts, belief systems, and ideas. Make sure that's you, because it will work for you too once you put this stuff into play. So I'm going to wrap this one up. It's been a long day. I love you guys and gals, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.